Okay, so we bring this in, bring that in, and we want our cube to come in, let's say at 24. So we set the keyframe, and at this position, and then for this, all right, did that backwards. Control C. This is the red cube. So this is the one we want in on 24. Okay, so select this, select the keyframes, bring this over here. Now I can raise this and now rotate it. I'll rotate it like this. And I'll raise it up, right? So it's outside of our view kind of thing. And I'll press this keyframe. Now what I did was this. I just gave it like some kind of crazy rotation just so when it comes in, it kind of like rotates. You know? So let's look what we have. Go to our camera, play. And then with our camera, we'll do something called a push in, which is like a subtle kind of like pushing into the scene. So let's keep it about 80 frames, let's say. Click on our camera. We'll zoom. Well, no, I could do that. But let's have it be like right here as our final destination. And let's like try to center it as much as possible. Speaking of that, I'm curious. Are there any camera settings where I can see like a grid? Kind of like a cell phone. Here it is, I think. Yep, perfect. All right, so now let's see what they have. Uh, Oh, nice. They have the golden spiral. Let's stick with the grid right now. Okay, so this is what I want right here. So I put it on frame 80. I'll press this keyframe button, keyframe all of this, and we'll go back. What I'll do is I'll just zoom back. Oh, wait, no. Do that again. And then I'll move up also just to touch. All right, keyframe, play. Let me just bring it back a little bit more. keyframe, play. I think it looks good. All right, so we have this now. Let's put some materials in there. First of all, let's actually I'm curious about this too. So if I go to rigging tags, protection, will that keep my animation? Oh no. Okay. So just gotta be careful not to touch that camera. Or if you want to be super careful, you can copy it, or you could just save a version. That could help too. So I don't know. I'm weird like that. Sometimes I like to copy stuff. All right. Yeah. Let's get some materials in here. So let's get a light. Yeah. Actually, let's get some materials. So double click on this. Let's go to color. Now let's click on this. Go to red. We can go to reflectance. Let's uh, delete this one. Go to add. Go to Beckman. So we have this. And if we take this down, reflection strength, and let's give it that, right? Obviously this. And then the YouTube part is white. So go to this, reflectance, just remove, add, go to a different type of reflection. Do this. Color. Group here. Let's just make it as white as we can. Drag this onto the letters. And then our background, I guess we'll just make it gray. Kind of. Click on this. I guess it's already kind of got its own gray. Make it a little bit more reflective. Let's tour back. Let's give ourselves a light, sky, double click down here, material, name it HDRI, click off the color, reflectance, luminance, find an HDRI in here. Make yourselves a nice HDRI folder if you can. I'm just gonna get something crazy. I guess whatever it is, it's that. So 2K, click on yes. I'll take this HDRI, luminance, drag it on the sky. Click on this. Let's see what we have. All right, kind of looks all right. Remember viewport. Let's go to 2K. Close it. Let's go to our render settings, standard, physical. Give ourselves another render. not physical, physical, um, effect, global illumination, another render. Okay, something's happening. Looks like this is very close. All right, so this backdrop is right here. Accidentally put a keyframe there, so let's delete it. Let's cylinder. I'll just hold down Shift, Scan, Delete. Thought I deleted it. I guess it has been deleted. So let me click on this again, and I feel like there's some keyframes on it. Let's move it back. Do another render. It's a little bit better. Let me try this ambient occlusion. Another render. Let me scale this a bit more. Push it back. See what this looks like. All right, kind of like it. Get out of here. Now let's add a couple other lights. So let's click on this, go to our PBR light. And now here's also one thing we can do. We can animate this light. So I select it. Let's look down here, right? So this is X. So let's get inside our camera. Let's click on our light. Now let's go to this. So start off at about 10, let's say. We'll keyframe this light. Let's move it. So we'll do this, right? So keyframed it over here. So I'm gonna press play. And actually what we'll do is, once I take it over here, let me get out of my camera. So I moved it like this, and all I'm gonna do is go in here and rotate it. Rotate it a little bit this way, but I mainly want to rotate it like this. All right, now set a keyframe. Now let's look at what that looks like. Let's do a render. Take down some of this intensity. By half. How much change will that fall off? All right, let's brighten this up. Let's get another. Let's get an area light, actually. Let's do this. Go on top. Rotate. Click, shift. 90. Look inside of our camera, see what we got. It's probably way too bright. We gave us that. It's kind of nice. Let's tone this down a little bit. And I'm curious. Use a little light temperature. See what happens. Give another render. Okay, that's with a little color temperature. If we made it a little bit cooler, see what happens. It's looking a little nicer. Let's go into our cylinder backdrop color and let's go into reflectance and see what happens if we make this 25%. So you see the difference between this and this? So I guess that's a personal preference if you want the reflection. I want a little bit more light. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take this, control click, click shift. Trying to get that 90. All right. Now put this, no, I'll just put this like right here. See what this effect has. Too much. All right. So we'll tone this down. Make this 2.5. See what we get. And as expected, the more lights, the less. I mean, the more lights, the longer the render time. Let's look nicer. Let's look at what we have started with. Starts off whack as always, and then the more lights, the more care we take with it, the better things start to look. That one looks kind of nice. Just remember warm, color temperature, cool. And we could actually animate that too to make it like that. Yeah, who knows? Might do that. Still think it has too much. So I'll do 15. I might even do this. Okay. I'm liking where I'm at. Or remember, if you like where you're at, you have to save right then. Soon as you like something, you got to save it. All right, let's try to get another light in here. PBR. And it's going to be like a super subtle small light. And now it's an area. Omni. Let's make it super small. Have it like right here. And all I'm going to do is animate this one, kind of moving sporadically. So I'll hit the keyframe, move right here, keyframe. And just about every 10 frames, I'm just going to move it a little bit. Ooh. And of course, you can go in here and like, animate these points. You want to change it. So I'll do this. I guess really, if you want to, you can also come in, since this comes in later, and maybe move these. Just to add a little bit extra randomization. Okay, so let's get inside of our camera again. Just look at what it looks like. It's probably too bright. We'll just make it a little bit more subtle. Click on it. Let's go to exclude and let's put in this backdrop. So now the backdrop won't get lit by this light because I've put it in the exclusion category. So we shouldn't see that clipping from the ground. So see the difference? Once I excluded this backdrop, this new light we made, now it doesn't affect the ground, but it affects everything else. So I'm gonna still go in here and change the intensity. All right, then the rest kind of depends on how we make these materials. So this right here, if we go to reflectance, let's see if we go to 5, see what happens. And this is strictly for the backdrop. Okay. And then let's say we wanted it bigger. T scale. And this matters too, how close you have it to the ground. All right, I'm gonna make 2 more small lights and then it should be done. We go to PBR again. And I'm just gonna rotate this. Actually, I can also do like this. So we see it over here. So let's just do -38. -38. Control click. Drag this one over here. So that's -38. So just 38 and 38. Actually, that did. Oh, I should do this negative, right? Yep. So these last two, I'll just make them very low, like 10 or something. And for both of these, well, no, I'll keep the ground. See what it looks like. So that's at about 50. Let's take it down a bit. And there we go.